6,000 global, and we're getting into about 3 months old. One of the great things here, if you look at the time on the site, you'll see people spend 7 minutes and 15 seconds on average on our site. Just to give you a little feeling of what that means, I'll search a little company called Walmart.com, and you'll see they spend 5 minutes on that site. So for some reason, people are spending nearly 50% more time on DS Domination. So if you're new, you're going to start learning why people are loving DS Domination, why our ranks going right down through the base and we're going crazy, why people are spending so much more time. Before I get into all that, before I show you that, again, my name's Roger Langell, Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm going to introduce a gentleman here that, geez, all I did was put money in my bank account since I met him. I met through a mutual acquaintance, Kevin Hokawana, who's not on here. He's serving in the Air Force over in Japan on behalf of all of us here in the U.S., and fantastic guy. But I met Hitesh, and he would just talk and just kind of blow my mind, and he was willing to come down to my level of intelligence for a little bit. And we went back and forth and masterminded out DS Domination. He's been behind all of the amazing software and all of the coding and building this up and making it easier and easier for the average person. That was his demand. It couldn't be difficult. Anything I try and add to it that is difficult, he just squashes the idea. It's got to be for the average person, and certainly we're reaping the rewards, or I should say you're reaping the rewards with all the people making money in here. Average people, below average people, above average, but the bottom line, everybody seems to be winning. So without further ado, I'm going to bring out kind of the mastermind behind all of this, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hitesh.
Well, thank you very much, Roger, and great job describing me as some like evil, tyrannical guy. I'm like, he squashes my ideas, and he's the mastermind. Okay, it's nothing like that. I am just very demanding. That's all it is. So that doesn't sound good either. But all right, so how many of you have been on any webinars before or been on presentations before? It doesn't matter if it's about some SEO thing or some software or some training or whatever it is that people were selling on there. How many times have you ever been on a webinar before? Okay, tons of people have been on webinars. And have you? Can you guys see my screen right now? You should be able to see like this screenshot that is very typical of the kind of things that you would expect in a webinar like this. Do you see something that shows like date range of 1st of October to the 31st of October, basically the last month? And it shows you all this money that was made, right? And this is usually what you would see on webinars when you attend them. It's like somebody saying, look at all this money, and if you just give me a bunch of your money, then you will be able to make money like this. Okay, it's a very, almost sounds like a politician, right? They're like, vote for me and your life will be better. And it's kind of like that. They say, look at my screenshot, look at how much money I make, pay me money, and I will show you how to do this. Okay, we think that's kind of unethical because in part we know that we could not teach you guys, we could not, I mean, barely 1 out of 1,000,000 people would ever replicate this kind of money doing the things that we are doing. Okay, that's not true. That's basically a lie. Okay, that's not a replicable method of generating income. So most of these people that you've attended webinars from before or whatever, that's basically what's going on. Okay, they're not faking the screenshot necessarily, but they are basically faking how they made that money. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to be very different. Okay. Here's actually an example from our webinars. This is actually a screenshot taken from a live webinar where here are all the users who were on the webinar already making money doing what we're going to actually teach you guys on the webinar tonight. Okay, this is not going to be half the method. This is not going to be a third of the method or something like that. We're going to walk you through the entire thing, and our aim is by the end of the webinar tonight, you guys should be walking away with entire knowledge on what you should do in the following month to 3 months to go from having 0 success to making some immediate profits to eventually making basically a full-time passive income. All right, that's the goal from this webinar, and I guarantee this is going to be a very different webinar than anything else you've ever been on, unless you've been on our webinar before. Okay, and then you're going to have a lot more fun because you'll understand even more of what we're saying. Okay, so here's usually how things go right. Okay, when you go online and the first time you try to make some money online, you say, I want to generate some income or things like that. Here's what happens. You're introduced to this whole marketing side of things, right? They tell you, here's how you do internet marketing. Okay, now I have nothing against it. I've made a lot of money doing internet marketing, but 98% of the people who try this actually fail, okay? 98% of the people fail at this for a very simple reason, and that's that this is not replicable. There's a lot of technical stuff. You have to find an offer or a product that you're going to promote, or you have to create one, then you have to create sales pages, then you tie in what we call squeeze pages, and lead generation, and blah, blah, blah. I know some of you are aware of this process, and you know how horrible that is. And then you have to drive traffic. And that right there is not replicable either. That's like the nightmare of all nightmares for the majority of the people, okay? So when we had to come up with a solution for this, when we decided, okay, we need to come up with something that actually works for everybody, our first instinct was to say, we need to get rid of everything that causes people to fail. Okay, so we don't want people doing this. We don't want people creating squeeze pages. We don't want people creating all of this stuff. And we don't want people trying to figure out how to drive traffic. Okay, the basic idea behind what we're going to walk you through is making sure that you have no costs to begin with, and you have no traffic to generate, and you have no marketing to do. Okay, so very different from everything else that you would have witnessed out there. All right. Now, there's another side of marketing as well, which is called networking, the network marketing model, which many of you might have experienced as well. And if you have, just say something like yes or something like that in the chat box, so we know that you have experienced this. But it's basically something like people say, oh, you just get 2 people, and then those people get 2 people or 3 people or 5 people or whatever, and then with all of the mathematical lies involved in this, somehow you're going to be making a bunch of money, which again never happens, because here is why it never happens. The guy over here, for him to make money, now he has to go get 2 people. And then for them to make money, they have to go get 2 people. You realize how exponentially it basically increases the misery at the bottom. So these guys will drop out, and these guys will drop out, and eventually you will have to drop out as well. That's what typically happens in network marketing companies as well. Okay? Again, there's a 98% failure rate in those companies as well. So what I want you to do is now really focus on what we are going to walk you through, because what we are going to teach you right now is exactly the opposite. It's like a 90% plus retention rate, 80% plus profit rate in the first 30 days itself, okay? And we're not going to charge you thousands of dollars for it or anything silly like that, all right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk you through what our goals are with the 3 steps we're going to go over. And the first step is we want to get you to immediate profits. Okay, that's our first goal. Our first goal is to make sure that you guys are profitable right off the bat. Okay, that's very important, because if you're not profitable and you're just spending money, whether it be on traffic or software or training or whatever, if you're spending a bunch of money on things and you're not making any profit, then there's no sense to it. You're not going to continue, and really you should not continue. Okay, there are a lot of people out there who will say, oh, you just need to spend even more. And that's kind of insanity, right? Why would you spend even more if it's already not making money? So our first step, the first goal is to make immediate profits. It's not to make $1 million. It's just to make maybe $1,000 a month extra. We don't want to generate any traffic. We don't want any technical stuff. We don't want to go into any selling or recruiting or anything like that. What we're going to rely on is what we call piggybacking. We're going to basically piggyback off of the biggest platforms out there, and you're going to piggyback off of a drop shipping platform called dsdomination.com, and you're going to use all of those things combined with major companies like eBay, Amazon, and so on, and you're going to basically start generating profits right now, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand the screen over to Roger. Roger is going to walk you through this entire process of what we're going to do in step 1. Roger has done this for a decade, and he has made about $1 million or so, a little over $1 million doing this. And the whole time, I want you to rely on your logic. I want you to ask yourself, is this something I could do? Is this something that makes sense? Okay, we don't want you to buy in because of some emotional idea or something like that. Just keep asking yourself, is this making sense? Is this something that I can do? Is this something that's replicable for me? Okay, and at the end of all of this, once Roger walks you through this whole thing, make sure that you make a mental note. Okay, I just walked through this whole thing. Can I do this? And then we're going to walk you through the second step, which is taking your profits from step 1 and then scaling that up to a much bigger level. Okay? So, Roger, you there, buddy?
I sure am. Can I have that screen, please?
Yes, you may. There you go.
Thank you. Hey, guys, everybody can see my screen okay? This is Roger back at you from Charlotte, North Carolina. We've done this webinar several times, and we try and streamline it for everybody, but I have to take a quick second because I was just kind of having this thought and point this out, that it's remarkable what it takes to have something that is so explosive as this. You have, on one end, you have this gentleman that just spoke that I consider one of the most intelligent people in the world, but has the heart to make sure average people are making money. So you can hop off right now and go do some complicated, crazy thing and make money. So the rarity of having someone that can make money without talking with anybody, without coming down to my level and bothering to do it because he has that morality is one thing. The second component is having someone dumb enough as me being able to make money online, because that's just not heard of. And I'm not going to play some I live in a garbage can or some sort of thing here. I'm not dumb. I'm very well educated, but when it comes to the internet, I was dumb, but I just knew how to do what I'm going to show you now. So those two things collide. DS Domination's born, and you're witnessing this right now. So here's the can you do it part, because that's all you should care about in this webinar right now. So I'm on Amazon.com, and of course you can go to Amazon.com. I'm going to type in a word. I'm going to type in blue. So you come downstairs. This will be your routine if you want to make money. You come downstairs, you slurp some coffee, check Sports Center, whatever it is you do, make yourself some toast, come online, go to Amazon.com and type in a word. Everybody can do that. All I'm going to do is type Amazon behind that word. And the only reason I'm putting Amazon behind the word is there's all kinds of different companies that sell on Amazon. We just want to work with Amazon. So you think of a word in your head every morning, put it in a box, put Amazon behind it, click go. Can we do it? Yes. There's 2.6 million results here on the screen right now. Okay? The first one's $17.99. I could go through all these and check them on eBay, but I want you to know that you got a heck of a lot of choices right now to go research. I'm just going to tech one, and what you're going to learn is I'm going to start moving products over from Amazon to eBay and making money. That's simple. So I'm over at eBay right now, and I'm just going to research that first thing, that Pyrex dishware set. So I'm on eBay. You guys can all go to eBay, type in a few words, and click search. So all we're going to do right now is we're going to look on eBay and say, hey, anybody selling this right now? Anybody trying to sell it? Anybody have any success with it? We don't even want to sell this. We're just starting somewhere, okay? And you can see people are trying to sell it. Great. You can also see the difference between Amazon photos, this all white background, and grandma's photos on her kitchen sink, and mom's photos, the pie plate there on their table. We're only interested in Amazon photos at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and say, all right, here's a guy that tried to sell it for $30. How did you do? I'm going to click on that. It comes up, tells me he didn't sell any. It would say it right here if he sold any, but we don't care about that because we're not looking to sell that particular product. We're saying, hey, if you're using an Amazon picture, are you using other Amazon pictures? To find that out, we're just going to click on his other items. And if you're trying to scribble down these steps to make the leap and say, hey, can I do this? Well, you don't have to because we show it to you in short little 5-minute incremental videos on how to do exactly what I'm doing. So far I've made about 3 clicks of a mouse and typed in a couple words. I think we can all do that. So I can see his listings up for sale. He's got 1,800 items up for sale. He's selling a doghouse and some sort of gun case, whatever, some locks. Good for him. Who cares? All we're interested in is this is all Amazon photos. Awesome. You're using Amazon photos. Now our next question is, are you having any success using Amazon photos? So we're going to go over here and we're going to click on the completed listings right here. Click. Right there I see some red. Let me go down and click on his sold listings down the left side. And I see what he's sold. He sold about 447 items in the last few weeks. That's good news. Some stuff is selling. So how much money is he making? So I take this item right here, sold yesterday, November 4th, 8:07 Pacific, $85. Awesome. How much did that cost you? Copy. Over to Amazon. Let's do a search and see what the cost on that was. $60. Good for you, man. You marked it up, $25. You made $25. You paid a little bit in eBay fees, so you made like $20. Great job, okay? I'm just going to check a couple more, see how this guy's doing. Here's some sort of in-floor wall jewelry safe or something. He sold it for $45, $6 shipping, $51. I'm going to go over to Amazon, see what the cost was. Don't leap ahead. Don't go crazy. Don't go, well, what about shipping? Well, how does he get it? Everything else. Don't worry about anything yet. I go over to Amazon, $29. Sold it for $51. Pretty good job, $26. I'll do one more. Here's some sort of $39. Geez, he's really into the gun safes. Let's go outside the gun safe stuff and see if we can find something here that's not a gun safe. Some glasses, $32.60. Actually, it sold for $40.75. $7 shipping, $47. Let's grab part of that title. He got 47 bucks. Go over to Amazon, paste that in. Oops, paste that in. Click go, and we see that it's $21 a markup, or it's this one here. I can't even remember. Yeah, it's that one right there. 25 markup of $22. Now let me dig a little bit deeper and show you exactly what's going on here. So this individual right here took this dishware set right here on Amazon. He didn't buy it, okay? He doesn't have it. He's not pre-buying it. He's taken this picture and the description. He's moving it over to eBay and selling it. I'll dial it a little bit more there. Let me look on Amazon. I'll click on the title on Amazon. I'll go back to eBay. And look at the description on Amazon. A great glassware set to augment a home collection. Oh, how pretty. Go over here. Here it is right here, double old-fashioned glasses, everything else you grab part of a different product description right down here. Classic design, sleek model. Go over here, classic design, sleek model. So he's pulling some of the description over from Amazon. So ask yourself this question. With training, can you copy and paste this description, put it over here on eBay, go over to Amazon, take this picture, I'll show you how to do this too. Bring it over to eBay and list it up for sale. Can everybody, let's wake up, can everybody on this call do that? Okay? This isn't backlinking or crazy stuff. I did $1.2 to $1.8 million, 10 straight years doing what I'm about to show you. Now let me show you exactly how lucrative this can be. This person right here took 4 minutes to put these items up for sale. And when this item goes up for sale once, after he lists this once, he goes ahead and relists it over and over and over and over and over and over again, and it just keeps selling and selling and selling and selling. So 4 minutes work, he made $20, and then next month or next week he'll make $20 more, next week $20 more, next week $20 more, next week $20 more. And this is what we call drop shipping. Now, let me go just a little bit further. You see what happens is when these dishes here sell, somebody comes along from, this guy's from California it looks like, somebody comes along from New York and says, hey, I want those dishes, let me bid on them, let me buy them now. And they go ahead and they get them for $48. Congratulations, you got some dishes, New York. This person's going to come over here, the seller on eBay is going to come over here, buy these for $25. Add it to their cart, put their customer's address in, and ship it direct to their customer. I'll say that again. Somebody from New York bought these dishes off that guy from eBay. Awesome. The person from eBay is going to come over, add these dishes to their cart, pay $25, and ship them off to New York or wherever the customer is from. Notice they already have $48 for selling the item before they spend a penny out of pocket. We call that selling high and buying low, a totally new phenomenon to all economics. Anything you've ever been used to was always buy high or buy low, sell high. There's still some risk there because of inventory and things like that. We're saying sell high, buy low, and that's what we're doing. I know there's going to be some questions about this. I know you're kind of blown away. I can see from the chat exploding. Wow, I can't believe that. Yeah, I see your chat messages, and I see a couple questions. I'll get to them, and I'm going to bring out Hitesh again. One question, why would somebody buy these on eBay instead of Amazon? Did you know before I presented this webinar how much these dishes cost? Were they $5, $100, $30? You didn't know. You see, there's comparison shoppers. There's people that come out and just say, I want these dishes. They're cool, and they buy them. Just like the clothes you're wearing right now. You did not get the rock bottom price on those clothes, I guarantee it. Probably the phone, the microphone, the computer that you're on, unless you made it yourself, you did not get the lowest price. So people just don't comparison shop. And I'll show you, I'll go back to this person one more time that's actually the seller on here doing this process, and you will see his feedback for this process is 99.1%. 13,750 feedback score means he sold about 40,000 items this way, because you get a feedback on about every third sale, okay? So this is the power, and the question for you as I bring out Hitesh, and he can respond when he sees them, is can you do this? And I'll take it one more step just to wrap it up. When I brought out that glyph dishes right here, your only next step now, guys, is to sell them for $31.60 or sell them for a little bit less, out-title this person, and then you can turn around and sell them yourself. Back to you, Hitesh.
Beautiful. Well, okay. Before we go on, I want to actually address specifically, I've been watching the question box very, like an eagle. And I want to address specifically Irina's question. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Irina, because her question is pretty much the kind of response that I expect from somebody who has seen this for the first time, okay? Irina's question is, isn't this illegal? Wouldn't Amazon crack down on this? Okay, now let me answer this. First of all, it's not illegal. In fact, eBay and Amazon gladly encourage this, and I'll explain why they encourage it. But the reason why her first response was, is this illegal, is because this is so simple and this is so ridiculously easy to do that when people see this, their first reaction is, no, this can't be right. This has to be, there has to be something wrong with this, right? That's the first reaction people have. The second reason that people think this way is whenever you've been on webinars, whenever somebody tells you about making money online, usually they tell you things like, oh, this is a loophole in Google, let's exploit it. Or there's a loophole in this, let's exploit that, and blah, blah. This is not exploitation of any loophole or anything like that, okay? Here's what this is. This is classic, basic commerce, okay? It's commerce. In fact, Roger, if you want to pull that up, here's eBay's own guideline. Here's eBay itself telling you, oh, look, this is not only legitimate and allowed, this is them very specifically saying, hey, this is a method of selling. You see this right here? Let me read this for you. Product sourcing, sometimes called drop shipping, is one way to sell items. On eBay, sellers use a product sourcing service. They never handle the item. Instead, it is sent directly from a warehouse to the buyer. Okay? That's how straightforward it is. Okay, but we're not done yet. Okay, this is just the beginning. Let me quickly show you guys what has happened so far. Okay, this is a super short recap. Like we said, the idea is we're going to sell high on eBay, then we're going to buy it for a lower cost from Amazon. It's pretty much guaranteed profits. Okay, there are some tiny things that can happen where it's a rare chance it might not be a clear-cut profit. We'll talk about that in a second. But all that's happening is here's you or Roger, and you're listing products here. Once they sell, you buy them from Amazon, ship it directly to the customer, and you get to keep the profit margin in the middle. Okay. Now, the other reason why this is never going to get saturated is because Amazon alone has millions of products. Okay, roughly 25 million products. Okay, so you don't have to worry about this getting saturated or things like that. In fact, we have about 10,000 members just from the last month and a half who are all doing it, and 80% or more of them make profits within the first 30 days. Okay, so it's completely awesome. It's completely easy and simple to do. Now, there are a few things that we can improve upon, which are kind of hard to manage. The first is, for example, eBay doesn't always like people using the images from other places. And the other thing is that it's not very easy sometimes for people to research products and figure out which products are going to make them a really nice profit margin. Okay. Now, if you remember way back, right in the beginning, I mentioned we're going to leverage a platform that we call DS Domination. Okay. We call it DSD for short. We're going to leverage that. And what this has on here is basically the answer to the problem. This right here is actually a software that we can use, and I'm going to show you guys how to get this for free. This software, for example, all I did is I typed in crossbow, and it's showing me all of these products and what the old price is, which is the market value, and what the new price, which is what's the Amazon price. Okay, all I'm going to do here is I'm going to type something like, show me products that cost less than, more than $40 and will sell for more than $60. Okay, so right away I'm going to get a profit margin there. And I want to get only good products. So I'm going to say, show me only products that have a greater than 4 rating. I'm going to hit enter, and immediately I'm going to find products that have great ratings, that sell a lot, and right here I can buy it for $45 and I can probably sell it on eBay for $60 or more. Here's quite a few actually. Here's another one, 100% markup basically. $46 on Amazon, I could sell it for close to $90 on eBay. Great rating, great reviews, and this is how easy it is. I could have typed in any other keyword. Okay, now the beauty behind this whole idea is that you're now going to take these same products, you're going to list them on eBay, and you're going to do this very, very simply with no traffic generation, no websites to be built, no keyword research to be done, none of that kind of stuff. And you're immediately going to start generating profits. Okay, and we're not going to say, now, by the way, it's going to cost you $1,000 for this. Instead, I'm going to actually tell you up front what pro costs on DS Domination is. It costs $19 a month, $19.95 a month. Okay, and that includes all of this training and all the software I just showed you, and even more. But like I said right in the beginning, we're actually going to show you a way even to get that for free. All right, but we're going to get to that towards the end because I want to walk you through the process. I'm going to continue because this is not the end. This is barely the beginning. You can make some pretty solid income doing this, but we're not going to stop here. At this point, we have started generating our profits. Okay, we are doing this, and if you're Roger, then you're buying your donuts. Everybody knows that Roger loves donuts, and everybody knows that I love making fun of Roger eating donuts. So if you're Roger, you do this, you get some donuts. Okay, that's great. But we don't want to stop at donuts, right? We want to be able to buy full meals and whatnot. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually move on to our second step. Now in second step, we're going to take our profits from here, okay? We're not going to spend anything out of pocket. We're going to take our profits in here, and we're going to expand our business. Right now we're using Amazon as the supplier and eBay as the marketplace where we sell it. Now we're going to start using even more marketplaces, and we're going to start using even more suppliers, okay? So we're going to scale up our business. Now we're not going to just use Amazon and just focus on eBay. We're going to use a lot more places, and we're going to do 3 things with that. First thing we're going to do is we're going to scale up the markets and the suppliers. So we are never going to run out of products or saturation or anything like that. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to make more dollar per sale, okay? Which means you're going to generate a much greater profit per sale now. We're going to focus on higher end items. You're going to focus on making basically $30 to $50 per sale instead of $5 to $10 per sale in profit. And then the combined effect of these 2 things is that we're now going to basically generate a full-time income. Okay? So this is going to be our step 2. We're going to scale up. We're going to use a lot more suppliers, a lot more markets. We're going to make a lot more dollar per sale, and we're going to generate a full-time income now. We can basically at that point quit a job that you need to quit. You can have your wife stay at home if that's what you need. You can pay down your bills that you need to pay and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this back to Roger, who is a lot more interesting than I am, and he's going to actually walk you through, and he's going to show you some live examples of stuff like this, and you can see exactly how this whole thing works. All right? So Roger, I'm throwing the screen right back at you.
I'm catching it. Awesome, guys. I'm seeing a lot of great questions. Thank you. I'm seeing a lot of great questions in there and things like that, and I think we addressed most of them, and I see a lot of excited people. There's a girl in here, Arena. Where do I sign up? But I want to show you some more. So in my travels, I did what you just saw for nearly 10 years, sitting at home, get down, slurp the coffee, eat the toast, sit in front of my computer, get too fat, eat a lot of donuts, and made a lot of money doing it. And then, I started going to other sites and looking at them and trying to filter out what another good supplier would be and what that meant and if I could count on them and things like that. And as I started to research, I went to other sites and like, I don't know. And I just kept staying in love with Amazon. When I broke that mold and I started going out to other sites, there was a lot more bigger profits. And some of you guys, when I explained those glasses and I said, well, how much are these glasses worth? What's the price? Go ahead and type in the chat what you think this chandelier costs. Go ahead and type in the chat what you think this chandelier costs. I don't know. I'm not a chandelier guy myself. Could be, I would say certainly maybe $60 Home Depot or $3,000 if those are diamonds. I don't know. Am I from Tiffany's? Where am I from? But if I'm on eBay and I see that, I might say, yeah, I need one just like that. I'll give you $299 or something like that. But right down here, this actually cost $122.99. And on a test account, we went out and sold that for $182.99 5 different times for a profit of $300. You see, when you start expanding to other sites and there's less competition and more variety and more different types of product, you make a lot more money than the $5, $10, $15, $20 I started showing. And I'll just show you some more examples as we went through. There's a bed set, a folding bed that costs $179.99. And we turned around, we sold one of those on eBay for $241.75. Here's another example of one of those water slides for the summer, cost $434.16. We sold it for $1,576.50. Now, we didn't just throw it up there and go, hey, maybe I'll get $1,500 for this. That'd be awesome. Let's just spin the wheel. We did our research, and we'll show you guys how to do the research. And it's not difficult. It's 2 clicks of a button and going, it's $436. Looks like I can sell it for $800, $900, $1,000, $1,200. I'd like to do that. And you do it. And that's all there really is to it. And as I go through them, here's another supplier that we use that's some sort of plastic type house. And here we sold it for $478.50. Again, the cost was $299. We sold it for $478.50 times 4. Here's another example, beautiful patio furniture set. I shouldn't say beautiful, not my taste, but $348.40 was the cost. We sold it for $495.99. Here's some sort of garage gizmo right here. Cost $99 from one of the suppliers we use. We sold it for $219.58 and sold 2 of them. One of the people that we trained actually had an item he showed me. He said, you know, don't show my site, don't show where it's from, but it cost $170, and he sold 69 of them. That's nearly $8,000 on one particular listing. And if I showed you this, would you think this cost $170 for this beautiful nook thing that you put in a corner and beautiful looking colored wood and stuff like that? You wouldn't. You'd say maybe $300. You might buy that. And then, of course, we're international. If we haven't mentioned already, we have Suppliers International. So here's a over on eBay in the UK. This sold for $379. The cost was $299. We actually have a special deal to get 10% off, so the cost was $269. A markup of $110 on that particular item. And I can go on and on, like TV sets. Price was $3,299. Beautiful TV. We went ahead and sold that for $43.99. You like weird stuff? Chicken coop. Price $288. We went around and sold that for $395.97. Like making a lot of money? 8 leather tufted chairs, $579. We turned around and sold it for $1,099 and sold 2 of them. Another patio furniture set cost $449. We sold 3 of them in 24 hours for $546. This is the next level. You start making money just like I showed you with Amazon. Ooh, $20. Can I make $20? List 5 items, 20 minutes worth of work, list them properly, make $20. Say, okay, this is really working, guys. What do I do next? I've been ripped off online. I've been ripped off in life. My boss is killing me. I can't get home with my kids. Now I made $20. I don't know why I'm so ecstatic, but I paid $20. I made $20.01. Finally, I see a little bit of light. I trust you guys a little bit. What's next? We just showed you what's next. Hitesh is going to fill in the blanks for you. Back to you.
I am going to fill in the blanks. Actually, filling in the blanks is what we have been doing. And that's actually kind of an inside joke. I'm glad that Roger said that because Roger's primary contribution to DS Domination was actually filling in the blanks. But anyway, we'll share that joke maybe towards the end, and you guys will understand what that means. But, okay, now the same thing. Remember what we did in Pro? I showed you guys how you can use DS Domination. We're going to use that, the software and the training. We're going to leverage it to basically find these kind of deals like immediately, basically in a couple of clicks. Here's what I did, for example. While Roger was talking about that, right towards the end when he mentioned the dining chairs, what I did is I went ahead and typed in dining in the elite section, and I said, I want to make a profit of $45 per sale. And this software went out, okay, and this is an online software. It's entirely online, so it works on Mac, works on Linux, works on everything, okay? And what it did is it showed me it went out and found this product and it said, hey, you can buy this product. It'll cost you $356, and if you want to make 45 bucks after fees of PayPal and after all the fees of eBay and so on and so forth, you should list this for $460 and you will make $45 at the time of sale. Now remember, all I have to do is just copy paste the information from here. I don't have to drive traffic. I don't have to build a website. I don't have to bribe Google. I don't have to try and rank sites. I don't have to do backlinking. I don't have to do customer acquisition. Nothing like that. All I have to do is just literally type in a keyword, get the product, and copy paste the information over, and that's it. Okay? Now this part is what is DS Domination Elite. Okay? Now Elite, remember what we said earlier. We're going to use our profits from Pro, and we're going to use now more advanced trading, many more suppliers, and much more advanced software. And this is going to cost $99 a month. But remember, we are using our profits for this, so it's usually not an out-of-pocket cost for us. Of course, some of you might say, hey, I just want to start at Elite, right? I just want to get going right away. I want to get with Elite. You can do that. That's fine. But in general, basically the progress chart that we're drawing here is you start with Pro, with zero cost or close to zero cost. We're going to talk about that shortly. You're going to make some money, and then you're going to start using Elite, and you're going to make more money using Elite now. And then we're going to do something else now. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put a little twist on this, where we now start going to do one more thing, which is cash back, okay, and special deals. So cash back and special deals is how we're going to now boost our profit even higher, okay? And Roger's going to talk about that a little bit more, but already most of you should understand the idea here. Now that we're already making a bunch of money and we're not spending any money, remember, we're not driving any traffic, we're not building any sites or any of that silly stuff. We are literally just making money. Now it's time for us to make even more money on that. And what we'll do is we're going to use our leverage to go to these suppliers, and we're going to say, hey, listen, I want to be paid money from you guys whenever I successfully drop ship anything from you. So not only are you going to make money for the sale, you're actually going to make money when you drop ship the item successfully as well. Okay, so Roger, I'm going to throw this back to you again. Don't drop it this time. I'm going to throw the screen at you. Go ahead, and if you can just detail some of these cashback and special deals and what we can do there.
Awesome, sure. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks, Hitesh. When you're looking at this, we kind of misled you a little bit and letting you guys think you only make hundreds or thousands here. We actually make even more money because of relationships. And some of the questions, a lot of people are on here 90% just rocking it out and let's go, let's start. I want to join. I want to get this going. My team's rocking. I'm making all kinds of money. It's just a festival. In the chat box, and there's 10% or so that are kind of questioning, and good for you. That's awesome. Question away. But what I'll ask the 10% to do is take your theories and weigh them against the facts. You're theorizing that there's a saturation point, and we're factually telling you there's 100 million items, and for the life of the world, there's been a supply and demand. There's a Walmart popping up every 10 seconds. Okay, so one's a fact and one's a theory by you just because you've been burned by other things, and we completely understand that. But I ask you just to kind of weigh the facts that I just showed you how to do it, and people are over there doing it in droves, and against your theories and things like that. So as we go through here, when I said this was $122.99, we actually get a significant discount from this company of 20%. So that was more like $100 and something, just over $100. So we sold it for $182. So we made 82 minus some eBay fees we paid. We made 75 times 5, $375 in that particular item. This right here, the cost of $170, we actually get 20% back from this company, so it cost of $136, which brought the profit up $34 more times 69 sold, nearly $2,000, and we're going to show you exactly how to do that in something called Unleashed. And as I go through them all, this right here, this was the chairs. We get 10% off here, so we didn't pay $579. We paid $509 on something we sold for $1,099 and nearly doubled our profits. And when you're up into the Elite and now the Unleashed, what you're going to see is just matter of fact simplicity. Once you start thinking outside of yourself and realizing eBay and the world economy and everything else is not what you do. If you're a $40,000 a year person and and the big purchase this year is Disneyland, or the big summer purchase is a pool and stuff like that. There's multi-millionaire, there's six-figure income earners who are just going on and going, you know what? Those chairs would look good in my 4,000 square foot home, 1,099, whatever. That's 2 hours work for me. And that might sound strange, but imagine the environment of people on eBay, millions and millions of people just going on. I guarantee you somebody that's going to buy these chairs here for $1,099 isn't going to come on and go, they look really nice, but let me compare some shop. I'm going to go down to Walmart and see if I can get a replacement for those. I know I make $60 million a year, but maybe Walmart has something. They don't do that, okay? And this is what starts happening in Unleashed as you start opening up for bigger profits, higher end items, more quality shoppers, more money shoppers, and we make even more money off the top with the discounts and stuff that we train you Unleashed. Not only that, but we go deeper than that and show you different techniques to make even more money doing the exact same thing you do. So Unleashed is about you're doing it anyway, do the same thing, but just make more money. And oh, by the way, here's the best suppliers that I used during my selling career of $1.2 to $1.8 million in sales a year. Back to you, Hitesh.
Thank you, sir. Well, hopefully everybody's pretty excited at this point. I was looking for a better word than excited, like elated maybe, or hopeful. You know, maybe just hopeful. People are like, okay, you know what, this is really different. This makes logical sense. This isn't some guy sitting on here and saying, look at my magic software. You can't tell what it's doing. You don't know what it's doing. But look, I press a button. I'm making all this money, blah, blah, blah. Buy my software for $1,000, right? This is not that. This is so logical, and we are actually walking through the process, and we're not trying to get a bunch of money from you guys or something silly like that, okay? But it would not be good for us to just stop at this point, okay? First of all, we're going to share exactly how you guys can go in and you can go ahead and sign up and so on and so forth. We're going to show you in a second. But before we do that, I do want to address a couple of things because this is all the great stuff about it. And usually I know if you're salespeople, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to talk like everything is so great. But there are a couple pitfalls in this process, okay? And those couple pitfalls are what I want to address quickly, okay? The first pitfall in this whole thing is that there is a lot of, not tricky, but there's a lot of things that go on in the background when you first start selling on eBay. When you first start selling things on eBay and you have a brand new account and you have a brand new PayPal account, eBay is actually going to say, listen, when you sell something, we're going to hold some of your money. We're going to hold that money so that we can make sure you're legitimate, okay? They do that, okay? And I want to address that really quick. We do address that. We actually tell you exactly how to deal with that, exactly what to do to get over that. But in general, it doesn't really matter because what's going to happen is when somebody buys from eBay, the money is going to go into your PayPal account, okay? Most of you on here already know what a PayPal account is, okay? You get in your PayPal account, and PayPal is going to say, we're going to hold this money until we know that you are a legitimate seller, until you have some feedback or things like that. The maximum amount they're going to hold the money for, the maximum days, is 21 days. Okay, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of ruining the sales pitch right now. I'm actually explaining something behind the scenes that goes on. So what's going to happen here is all you have to do is the product is already sold, the money's already in PayPal account. All you have to do is acquire the product from Amazon, okay? And Amazon is going to give you a tracking code, and you're just going to give that tracking to PayPal saying, look, the product is purchased and the product is sent. Here is the tracking for it, and they will release the money for you.
Really quick, Hitesh, can you differentiate between acquire and actually shipping to the customer? I don't want people to think that they have to pre-buy.
Yes. Basically, what will happen is you'll go buy. Let's say that you put up a chandelier on eBay. The chandelier sold for $100. You went to Amazon. You bought it for $60, and then you basically just put the customer's information in Amazon for shipping information. So now Amazon will ship the chandelier to the customer. Okay, so let's say Joe bought the chandelier from you. Amazon is shipping it to Joe. You're going to take the tracking information from Amazon, give it to PayPal, saying, look, PayPal, the product is being shipped to Joe. And PayPal is going to say, all right, awesome, beautiful, and they will release the funds to you. Or if you're super brand new or there is some reason that they think there might be something tricky going on with your account, or you're logging in from multiple places, things like that, they might say, you know what, we're going to just hang on to this money for 21 days. That's the worst case scenario that could happen, okay? And you're never going to find people on webinars telling you, here's the worst case scenario. Okay, because they just want you to buy stuff. We don't want you to just buy stuff. We want you to understand this. So the worst case scenario is PayPal will hold this for 21 days. So even if you had to use a credit card to buy this, okay, you're still going to get the money in time to pay that off. So you guys don't have to worry about that. That's a minor issue, but we deal with all of this in the training. And I brought this up as an example because the worry that I have is that this is very simple, okay, and especially on the surface, it looks even simpler than it is. But I wanted to make sure that you actually go through the training. When you join and you start going through the process, first go through all of this pro training. There's a bunch of training in here. It's only 5 to 7 minutes per video, but go through it because it's based a lot on Roger's history of selling and Roger's information on what he has done with this and things like that. So make sure that once you actually join, you go through this. And if you have questions or you're like, I don't understand this part properly, go to this live training page right here. And every week, every Wednesday, so tomorrow, we have live training sessions with all the pro users. So if you're a pro member, tomorrow get on the pro webinar and you can ask your questions and things like that, okay? Just wanted to clarify that. And I also want to clarify, because I see that question in here, that all of the software that you will need for any of this is already included in this pro part, okay? So the title building system and the research system and image translation stuff, all of that stuff is already included in here. You guys don't have to go out and buy extra software. We're not going to tell you, oh, now that you have this, all you need is these 3 pieces of software which cost you $1,000 each. That's not going to happen, okay? Everything is in here. So here is what all you guys have to do. If this sounds exciting and you see that we are real people and our aim is not to like finagle you into something, but to actually get you guys going, and I know a bunch of you have already asked for the sign-up form, all you have to do is go to dsdomination.com/signup, okay? I'm going to copy paste that down here so everybody has it in the chat box, and I want you to just see something very quickly. When you go down here, this is going to show you who referred you to this webinar, okay? Who is the last person who referred you to DS Domination. Make sure that your referrer name matches up to the person who brought you to this webinar. We want them to get credit for it. We want them to we kind of thank them for it. I'm going to explain that in a second as well. But make sure that this matches the person who invited you to this webinar. If this does not say that person, please contact them and ask them for the link, okay? So if you got an email from somebody saying attend this webinar, please get back with them. Or if you had a phone call, somebody told you about it, get back with them and things like that, okay? So that's all you got to do. Now, while you all are signing up here, we're going to actually answer some more questions. We're going to walk over a couple more things, and then we're going to talk about step 3 because this doesn't stop here. We're actually going to scale this up even more. So we're going to talk about that in a second. And meanwhile, you guys can go ahead and finish your sign-up process. And once you're done, when you finish signing up, go ahead and say something like yes, or I just finished sign up, or something like that, so that we know that you're done with the process. All right?
Hey, okay. Tess, can we put
so
that sign up link up?
That,
sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
While he's loading up that link for you guys to see, I'm looking, I'm going, why didn't we take all that software and the title builder and stuff and put it at the $99 level, get everybody to sign up for $20, and then keep all the cool stuff at the $100 level? Because that's not how we are, okay? I mean, if you were, a pure business person looking to make total money, wouldn't you just have people sign up for $20 and then say, hey, look, man, the software up here is incredible. You got to get the $100 one, right? Now, there is amazing stuff at the $100 level, but we put everything you guys need to succeed at that $19.95 level. Why had Tesh come out here and point out that PayPal holds on to your money sometimes? Wow, that doesn't sound like a good selling point. Are you crazy? Aren't you trying to sell us? No, we're trying to change your life, and you have to make that leap to change it yourself, because you're going to have about 50,000 opportunities presented to you over and over again. You got to do one, or else you're working for somebody the rest of your life. Unfortunately, for the most part, I can't judge 1,000 people on a call, but if you don't take one step, we try to lay it out as easily as we possibly can. On that 21 day, I mean, you have to be hanging out in a cell sometimes Bernie Madoff to get a 21-day hold. Okay, they're just like 99.9999% of the time. They're like, all right, you got a tracking number, cool. Here's your money release. So why would we show you that? Because we're an open book. People are having massive success. There's nothing out there that's going to work for you that we've ever seen. We don't see anything now. We didn't see anything in the past where the average person's going to win. Check your bank accounts to determine that. Check average people's bank accounts to determine that, and you'll see that's the simple truth, and we have it here with DS Domination.
Actually, while you were talking about that, here's the weird thing. This is so exciting, and obviously the price is a no-brainer, but we completely forgot to talk about one very important thing, okay? Because we are talking about how great of guys we are, and we didn't talk about the fact that we actually went the extra mile, and we said, okay, there are going to be some people on this call who might not even have 20 bucks, or they have to choose between 20 bucks and paying their bill or feeding their kids, right? So we don't want you to spend 20 bucks if you don't absolutely have to right off the bat. Here's what you do. When you create your account, when you finish the sign-up process with DS Domination, before you pay for your pro membership, you can actually go into your account and go to this section right here, which is called Cash Out Offers. Okay, the Cash Out Offers is when we went out and we basically worked out some deals with different CPA companies out there. Okay, and what we said to the CPA companies, and if you don't know what CPA is, I'll explain in a second, but we basically said, hey, CPA companies, I know you would love to give us some money when we refer users to you, but instead we want to give that money back to our users. Okay, so if any of you have ever gone to Costco or Sam's Club or something like that, or when you go to Amazon and you're buying stuff on Amazon, you know how you get this option where they say, oh, use our credit card and we will give you 30 bucks off your order. Or you go to Costco, they say you have to have an American Express credit card to purchase stuff here. What's going on there is that American Express actually pays commissions to Costco whenever they refer a new person to American Express. In the same way, Discover pays Amazon money whenever somebody goes to Amazon and buys from Amazon. So we actually went ahead and we figured out the same things and we came up with the same ideas. But instead of keeping the money, we are actually going to give you the money right away. So if you came in here and you just applied for this Discover card, for example, or you bought some Disney movies or things like that, here's, for example, the Disney Movie Club, what we do is the commission that we get from these companies, we go ahead and put it back into your accounts. You'd come up here and you'll suddenly see your approved balance is 45 bucks or 21 bucks or whatever. Okay, and you can take that money, you can withdraw it to your bank account, and you can use that to even purchase DS Domination Pro or anything else. You could use that to fund your money for drop shipping or things like that. So this is an additional method of making money in here that we didn't talk about even yet. And hopefully you guys understand. Now this is geographically targeted. So for people in the US, you would see the same things that I'm showing you here. But if you're somewhere else in the world, you might see different options. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you guys got that point. You understood that there's even more stuff to this. And unfortunately, one webinar isn't enough to cover everything that we have. So anyway, we have covered that stuff. Hopefully everything understands those parts. Now, if most of the people I think are coming back now from having signed up, there are only a couple of questions. Roger, do you want to go over a couple of questions quick? And then we will move on to the final step, the third step. And
yeah, I do see a lot of questions, and a lot of people at the end there, I'm scrolling up saying that they just signed up. Do we have to use all the ways? No, you can go systematically yourself. You can start off for $20, make that $20 back, make that 100, make 100, make 200, make 300, make 1,000 before you upgrade. Make whatever you want. We don't care. Go ahead and upgrade then. Never upgrade, whatever. You know, I did quite well with just Amazon in the beginning. Just a lot of people in here signing up, and I'm going to introduce what you're about to see now, because we have a lot of people. This is the part that's tough for us, and not tough that, you know, it's tough to sell. Tough because it's just so good that now we're going to come across as salespeople, and we don't mean to. But there's a lot of people making thousands to tens of thousands of dollars with something we're about to show you. So I'm going to set you up. I'm going to give you an analogy. You just got the brand new ice cream truck, okay? This was the business you decide to do. You decide to get a brand new ice cream truck, and you're in Arizona or something. It's 120 degrees outside. You broke out the entrepreneurial spirit. You bought an ice cream truck, and we'll call that ice cream truck your business. It's your business. So you pull into a parking lot. There's no ice cream truck in all of Arizona. It's 100-something degrees. The kids are lined up around the block. And we'll call those kids eBay customers, okay? And you've got all kinds of ice creams. You've got the soft, you've got the hard, the chocolate, the vanilla, the strawberry, everything else. And the kids are coming up. And just like you have a variety of products to sell on eBay, you got a variety of ice cream to sell in this scenario on that 127-degree day, okay? So you're selling ice creams like crazy. You're loving it. Best decision ever made. I got the ice cream truck, everything else, okay? Now, you still are showing up to scoop the ice cream for the kids. Now, we're telling you that what we just showed you right now is your ice cream truck, okay? You did something. You made a move. You're selling on eBay. You're serving ice cream. That's what we showed you so far. Now we're going to show you something totally the next level, which we call residual income, where you don't even show up to scoop the ice cream, and you can make a heck of a lot of money. Imagine if you all of a sudden started franchising that ice cream truck, and you said, you know what, I'm going to get another ice cream truck, and some guy, Bill's going to go to the other side of Arizona, and he's going to sell the ice cream, and then I'm going to get another ice cream truck, and then you have the thought, hey, let's get a Ben & Jerry's thing going, and you got Ben & Jerry's all over the country, and pretty soon you don't even eat ice cream, you don't wake up, you don't serve kids, you don't go out in 127-degree weather, you just sit on the beach and do what you want to do because you franchised out, you leveraged yourself, no more eBay selling, no more ice cream serving. And Hitesh is going to show you what our affiliates have done with the products that you're seeing right now, how much money they made, and this is the get away from having to do any work whatsoever forever. Over to you, Hitesh.
Thank you. Well, that was actually a surprisingly good analogy. Of course, you could leave our ice cream or donuts or something. I was expecting something silly, and I was like, oh, no, Roger and his analogies. But that was actually pretty good. I thought you were going to talk about opening donut franchises or something like that. But anyway, the point is that here's actually a screenshot. This is actually a month old. This is like from a month ago, the money that people were making in here. This is actually much higher. Like this account is actually like more like 25,000 by now, and many of these other people have crossed like 10,000 and so on and so forth. So we're kind of like that. We don't like to like hype things up, and we're not trying to be like, oh, look at all this money, you can make it too. We're actually going to walk you through the process of exactly what's happening here, okay? Now, this is what most people sell you on, okay? Remember, this is what they sell you on. They sell you on this complete freedom in life. They say, you're going to make all this money, and you can do whatever you want, and blah, 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 okay? The problem is that that's not the place that you begin. When you begin at that place, you don't see success because that's very hard to get to. This is supposed to be the final step of your journey, not the first step. Okay, so we've already set up that you're going to use Pro, you're going to make money with that, you're going to use your profits, get Elite and Unleashed, make money with that, okay? And here is what's happening there. Now, how many of you have ever studied macroeconomics? Okay, if you've studied macroeconomics, say yes. If you haven't studied macroeconomics, then go and study it because it's really important. But here is what happens. Any of you, actually surprisingly, quite a few people have actually studied macroeconomics. Now, you might remember that there's a graph in there that talks about the average income by age of the average person, income from labor according to their age. And it starts like this. It says, they start out, you're a teenager, you've just entered the labor force, your income is really low. Then you start getting some experience, your income starts up, you start getting more educated, and you start doing more stuff there, your income goes up even more. And then basically this area right here, this is the peak income for most people, is basically the 35 to 55 year age, okay? At this age group, people are making the peak income in their life, and then their income from labor goes down. And the whole idea is that by this point in people's lives, what they're trying to do is they're trying to build up investments and 401k and retirement savings and things like that, so that even when their income from labor goes down, when they're older, they'll have this investment income or the retirement income that will sustain them, okay? That's supposed to be the idea. Very few people actually get that, as all of you know. Very few people now, elderly, get to the stage where they have a massive amount of money saved up, or they have retirements that are paying for them and things like that. But this is actually the image that we are following in this business plan so far, right? So here you are, you just started out, you never even knew about this, you just attended the webinar. This is where you are right now. You just attended the webinar, and now you're hopeful. You just entered the DS Domination force. Now you're going to start using Pro, and you're going to start generating some income. You're going to use that income, and you're going to get your Elite and all the software and everything, all the fancy schmancy stuff. You're going to start making a lot more income. And at this stage, you're using Pro, Elite, and Unleashed combined, and your income is massive. Now, of course, instead of taking 55 years to get to that stage, it might take you 5 weeks or 6 weeks at most using DS Domination. But then there is still this one thing, which is now we want to switch from constantly working to getting to the freedom where our income comes entirely in a residual fashion, okay, comes from passive income. So here's what we're going to talk about now, and here's what we're going to do with this. So what we did is that we added in a third thing within DS Domination, which is a DS Domination affiliate program. Okay. Now this is very different from traditionally what you would think of an affiliate program. So I want to walk you through this, and I want to make sure that you understand, and feel free to ask any questions at any time. Okay. Here's what DS Domination does. Before I can explain why this is an affiliate program that you should be thinking about, there are 3 qualifications for any affiliate program or any kind of a program or any idea that you have for long-term freedom. Okay, the first thing is that it must be residual, okay, or what we call a recurring payment. Because if it's not a recurring payment, then you have to keep getting new customers all the time. Okay, so everybody understands that, right? If you acquire one person who's going to pay you $20 a month, that's far better than trying to go out and selling 1,000 times the $20 a month, right? Because a $20 product, because you're going to now make money for lifetime from the same individual. Okay, that's very important. So the first condition for anything, and not talking about just DSD, for anything, is residual income. The second condition is leverage. That means that you should be able to earn an income not just from your own efforts, but also from the efforts of others. Okay, that's also very important. That's actually kind of the idea that Roger was talking about, right? You eventually start franchising your ice cream trucks or your donut stores or whatever. So the second thing is leverage. Okay, now the third thing, which is very unique, and this is the part that is very rarely talked about by people, is self-sufficiency. What this means is that whatever affiliate program or whatever method of income generation you're using must be self-sufficient. That means that the customers must be able to self-fund through what you're doing. Okay, they must see the value in that. Otherwise, they'll drop out and you'll be back to stage 1. So let me draw this out for you guys in a very simple map of income, and you guys will understand this a lot better. So let's say that there is a company or a vendor that you want to promote as an affiliate, and here are you, the affiliate. Okay, this is you, the affiliate, and this over here is the product, okay, that is being sold. And this is, now here is how the passing of money happens. The customer spends some money with the company. Okay, this is the dollars being spent with the company. The company turns around and pays some of that as commission to the affiliate. Okay, most of you are familiar with this. How many of you have ever done any kind of affiliate marketing or understand the commission payments? In fact, most sales jobs are around affiliate commissions or commission basis like this. Okay, so here's what's happening here. The affiliate acquired the customer paid the company paid a commission to the affiliate. Okay, very straightforward process. But here's what's going on. If this customer is not making enough money, then he will stop paying the company, and the company will stop paying the affiliate commissions. So here's what needs to happen here. There is the customer's income, and this income that the customer is making must be greater than this income that he's putting out, the money that he's spending. Okay, so if the green dollar is greater than the red dollar, then the customer will stay. Okay, and therefore you will continue to draw an income because the customer is going to stay. This is exactly why, and this is the mathematical reason. This is there's nothing shorter than this. This is the mathematical reason why every single so-called network marketing company out there has a 95-98% failure rate, because all of them rely on customers not making money. Let's say that the company was selling something like coffee or shakes or juices or whatever they are selling. Okay, the customer will only spend that money on that product as long as he's making that money as well. Okay, so the moment he stops making that money, he's going to quit. And because most people never make any money in network marketing or things like that, they fail because of that. Okay, so here's the first condition, that must be residual. So what happens with DS Domination is that when you refer somebody to DS Domination, like you are on the webinar tonight because somebody invited you to the webinar, when somebody else is on a webinar, then and they sign up for the $19.95 a month, and then eventually the $99 a month, and so on and so forth, you actually get commissions on that. And here's how the commissions get paid out. Okay, you get level 1, you get 50% commissions. That means once 2 sales are made, you already get your money back. Okay, But we don't stop there, because remember the condition, it has to be residual, which is what the monthly billings are, but it also has to have leverage. So on level 2, you guys are going to make 10%. Then on level 3, you make 5%. And then 4, on level 4, I'm just going to write it out here quick. Level 4, you make 3%, and then 2%. And then from 6 to 10, you make 1% each. Okay? So very, very simple to understand, very straightforward to understand. What you're doing in this case is basically you're leveraging from even the sales that are going to be made by others. So you're going to do this journey, right? You're going to go get pro, and then you're going to go elite. You're going to eventually become an affiliate because you want passive income. And the same thing is going to be repeated by somebody else. Okay, now we actually have some stats on this as well. Okay, so the stats are basically a 90% retention rate. So we are residual in that, we have massive leverage in that, and we are the only company that has self-sufficiency. Nobody else has this. Okay, this self-sufficiency is what is so important. It's that when a customer comes in, they're going out and they're receiving all this money from eBay and from all these other places, from Amazon and from all the elite sources and so on and so forth. They're receiving their income from that. They are going to stick around, roughly 90% of them, and you, as the affiliate, continue to draw a residual income. And that's why this is what's happening across the board with our affiliates. Okay, so I want to be very clear about this. All right, I don't want you to think, oh, this is an MLM or something. That's not what this is here. What this is a representation of a multi-tiered affiliate program. Yes, but we are not saying that you need to go out and start selling stuff. The idea is go out and follow this process that we just showed you. Step 1, no cost, no traffic, none of that stuff to do, and just start generating an income from here. Okay, then use that profit to get to elite and start increasing your income there. And once you've seen results, once you're making sales, once you're getting good results, go out, become an affiliate. And once you're an affiliate, you can share this on Facebook with others or whatever you want to do. You don't have to be pushy or preachy about it or anything like that. And you just automatically start building a massive residual income on the side. So what's happened is, and this is what we've seen in the past 2.5 months, we have people who start out on Pro, never had an eBay account, never had a PayPal account, never made any money. Their first month, they start making a bunch of money with eBay. They get to elite, and by the end of the first month, they're making a bunch of money with elite. Then their second month, they started sharing it on Facebook or talking about it and so on and so forth. And now they're actually getting an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month coming in from the affiliate side on top of what they're making with elite and what they're making with eBay. So your income at the end of step 3, when you finish step 3, your income is going to be Pro income, which is eBay and Amazon, plus elite income, which is other marketplaces in addition to eBay and other suppliers in addition to Amazon, plus your cash back that you're getting from Unleashed and so on, plus whatever you're making with cash out offers, plus your affiliate commissions. Okay, and here is what's going to happen naturally. Okay, this is just the standard natural progression. You'll find that over time, this income will start going down, and this income will start going up. And that's the natural progression. Because what's going to happen is you're going to start realizing more and more, hey, I'm making now $5,000 a month residually with my affiliate side, so you won't spend as much time on the Pro and Elite. And that's the aim. The aim is that in the very end, you're spending no time on all of this, and you're spending most of your time relaxing and enjoying life because you are now, in a way, kind of retired and living on your investment income. Okay, so that's the whole business plan here. That's the whole idea from going from first step to the final step. Okay, now some of you might be marketers and you're like, hey, I'm a marketer, I have a list, I want to promote this. That's fine. You can go start and be an affiliate right away. But most of you will want to start out at Pro, get to Elite, and then become an affiliate. Okay. Now, let me just explain what the conditions are here, because everybody wonders, what are the conditions? There must be some secret conditions. We are very transparent. Clearly, we are very different. And we have only 2 basic conditions. So there are 2 qualifications to earning commissions as a DST member. The first qualification is you must be an active affiliate. Okay, to be an active affiliate, all you have to do is go into your account and you activate your affiliate status. Okay, when you activate your affiliate status, that costs $9.95 a month. Okay, now this is why it costs anything at all. The reason it costs is because it's 2 things. One, we are actually covering all of the payment processing costs on your behalf. Most affiliate programs, you have to pay your own payment processing costs. So we actually take that for you. Second, this is a legal distinguishing between an affiliate and a customer. Affiliates and customers are two separate things. People who are using Pro and Elite and Unleash and stuff, those are our customers, just like many of you are already. Our affiliates are people who are actively promoting it. That's the difference there, okay? And the other condition is you must own the product that you are earning commissions on, which again is not a problem for any of you if you follow this pathway, because by the time you get to the stage, by the time you become an affiliate, you already have Pro, you already have Elite, you already have these things, so you're already going to be earning commissions on those things. All right? So this is your retirement plan. This is your end goal. This is where you end up, the final freedom image. This is when you should be thinking about, let me retire on a beach, or let me do this, or let me do that, because now I have freedom in my life. The first two are focused on making you money. This one is focused on getting you the freedom so that now your income is passive. All right? Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, beautiful. This is always hard to explain because we have this thin line, right? Because we have to be careful to not sound weird, but at the same time we want to explain to you guys that this is what's really going on here. Okay? Also, Tanya, just to answer your question, you only pay this once. You don't pay this for Pro and for Elite and for Unleash or whatever. You only pay this once, and you're an active affiliate in the system. Okay? So you don't have to pay this multiple times or anything like that. As long as you're an affiliate, you're qualified to earn commissions on products that you can promote. All right? So hopefully everybody understands the grand master plan that we're working towards. All of us are working towards a master plan like that. Okay? Now,
Tash, can you bring up the back office really quick for me?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to give kind of a recap of where we came from. This is Roger again. Just tolerate me. Just bring your neuron levels down a little bit. Get your dumb on with me a little bit. So where we've come from, I want you guys to envision, you know, there's 18-year-olds to 80-year-olds on this call. And when you're 18 years old, it's a little tougher to envision some of the obstacles you'll come into in life and stuff like that. And when you're up there, 42, when you start getting up there, you're like, I got to grab something. You know, the 401k is not there, the Social Security is not there, et cetera, et cetera. So when I want you to try and imagine any other plan you've ever seen or is going to roll across your lap that's going to get you to retirement. Okay, or get you well off, or get you home with the kids, and what I'm just about to recap here. You join DS Domination for a $20 bill, and if you don't have that, do the cash offers and get the money back, the cash out offers. Start making a little bit of money. No Ferrari at the Pro, no magical yacht, nothing at the Pro there except for getting yourself into the black and making money and becoming one of the top 1% in the world, because that's how many people make money online. It's extremely rare. Then you have the methodology down. You have the technique down. You're making money, $100, $500, $1,000. Who cares? You know, whatever. But now you know there's some light. And then you take it up to the elite, and then that's your opportunity. A month, 2 months in, you're 3 months into the program overall, to start going, you know what, I might not have to work anymore. I'm going to keep working because I enjoy my $4,000 coming in and my $4,000 at work and stuff like that, but man, this feels good. And then take it to the Unleashed and start taking your money and investing in whatever, McDonald's or ice cream trucks, doesn't matter. And then we'll talk about the monopoly somewhere else. That's our highest ticket item. We're not even going to go over it that much here on the call because we're not salespeople. We're not going, get the $500 thing or anything like that. Then if you want, you can turn around and say, you know what? These guys have taken me from struggling all the way up to extra vacations, no job, no boss. At any level, when you make your first sale and make $10, you can be excited enough to share it with people. When you make your first 1,000, share it with people. When you retire, share it with people. We don't care, but if you can get to that level where you share it with people, with us holding your hand, then you don't have to be on that sandy beach on the laptop, selling on eBay and keeping that money coming in. Now you're on the sandy beach because you did some Facebook posts and Craigslist posts, and if you want to go crazy, learn how to market with the top guy on the other end of this call here in the world. And then that's the Sandy Beach play. So we've taken you from zero all the way to Sandy Beach, and we've proven it and documented it. It's happening already. It's been happening for nearly 90 days now, with or without you. And take what I just described to you, measure the difficulty level against anything you can possibly envision. Join something, sell some coffee, get 3 people to sell coffee, do a hotel party, whatever. Take your money, invest it in this super stock that's supposed to give 8% returns, whatever. Your boss is going to promote you one day, and one day you're going to own the building because you saw the movie Secret of Your Success with Michael J. Fox, and he went from the mailroom all the way to the top, whatever. Mom and dad are going to help me out because they got some extra money, whatever. Look around at you. Look around at your uncle, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your buddy from college, whatever. 99% of them are not set up to retire, and they don't have a plan. And you do. Just because you saw it on a webinar, you didn't see it in a $1 million hotel conference. Just because you saw it on a webinar and Donald Trump didn't present it. Just because you saw it on a webinar and Robert Kiyosaki's not here. Doesn't mean it's not real. Things are invented all the time, and the opportunities are put across the net and put across your lap, and this is one of them, and it starts at 1995. Back to you, Atash.
Well, kind of a hard rant to top up, but I will attempt. Okay. Well, first of all, while you were talking, so David, so David is on the call, and David is one of the attendees, and he says, yes, get all in blank, blank, low, because he's talking about another company where it's all about going all in, right? And this is very, very, very irritating to me. People love, salespeople especially, love putting you through some very weird psychological tricks. And one of the weird psychological things that this is, oh, are you failing in life? You're failing because you're scared. And because you're so scared, you won't spend all the money. Go all in and spend all your money with us, and then you'll be successful. Do you know what a complete and utter lie that is? We don't want you to go all in, okay? We don't want you to spend the money that you don't have. If you guys only have 20 bucks, go with Pro, use that. Don't take out a loan to get Elite or Unleashed or something else. If you don't know how to market, don't become an affiliate right now. You got to do things in the right order, and you have to do things right in a way that it doesn't jeopardize your family or your own lifestyle. So make sure that you first of all get that right and understand that we're not asking you to spend the money that you don't have. We want you to only follow the steps properly, okay? So use the business, let it generate an income, use that income to scale the business, and that's how successful businesses are done, all right? Do not waste money on things that are not working. Now, I had 3 people in the call who said, hey, can you give us the sign-up link again? We're going to go ahead and put the sign-up link again so you guys can go in and start using Pro and start generating an income with that. Let me find that quick. Then we had 3 or 4 people who had asked about what about support and how do I get information and more help and so on and so forth. Okay, so here's what we have. First of all, we have Facebook groups where you guys can go and you can ask questions, you can post your success stories and so on and so forth. As you can see, I'm actually in one right now. And we have a lot of fun on here as well. You guys can see that there's actually a DS Domination success, the founding of DS Domination or something like that in here that you guys can see as well, okay? On top of that, this is the key part, okay? Every week we have live training for Pro users, and we have live training for Elite users, and we have live training for our affiliates, okay? So if you're an Elite member, you will go in here and sign up for your Elite member, for your Elite webinar, which is tomorrow. If you sign up for Pro, go to your Pro live training and sign up for the Pro webinar, which is also tomorrow, okay? The Pro webinar is at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then Elite webinar is at 10 p.m. Eastern, and then you can also sign up for the affiliate live webinar, and we'll walk you through all of that, okay? So we'll help you guys out even more. You have any questions, ask us the questions, and we will help you with that, okay? Then there are a couple of questions about how are returns handled and about Amazon invoices. Will Amazon have an invoice in there and so on and so forth? Okay, let me explain those things really quickly, because actually, Roger, you can feel free to chip in whenever. But the Amazon invoice is basically a non-issue, okay? Vast majority of the people don't even look at that. And this is not theory, okay? You might look at it because you're price conscious, but most of the people don't even look at that. They don't even care. Okay, we showed you some accounts that had like 99.1% feedback across like 40, 50,000 sales. So that's all that you guys need to understand, first of all, that it's basically a non-issue. But on top of that, when you are doing this at a bigger level, understand that you don't want to restrict yourself just to Amazon. Okay, Pro is basically a stage in your life. Okay, this is not where you're going to end up. This is where you begin. You're going to begin with this so you can understand how the whole industry works, how dropshipping works, how you're going to use that, and so on and so forth. You start making money there. Then you will go to Elite, where you're no longer going to rely just on Amazon anymore. Okay? And then you're going to go to Unleash. You're going to make even more money. And then we have Monopoly. We're going to talk about that right now because we don't want you guys to think about extra stuff yet. And then we have affiliate, and that's where you will start making your residual income as well. Okay? So that's basically the scale here. That's how you're going to go about this. This is not about hustling through this and being like, oh, let me try and make some money quick. Okay? Just make sure you follow the steps and follow the business plan we just laid out. Now, for those of you asking, can I get a copy of this webinar? Actually, when you log into your affiliate, if you're an affiliate, go to the link in promo tools and you will find the previous webinars and you will find our new webinar as well. Okay, so go to affiliates and link in promo tools and you will find that, and you will also find how you can actually bring other people to the webinar. So you can actually share your link to invite other people to the webinars and start building your affiliate income over there as well. Okay, what else did I miss? Roger, did I miss any of the questions?
I didn't know if you could bring up that screenshot, if you can pull it out of that help desk. Do you still have that where the questions are answered and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, you know what? Let me point that quick. You can go down here to contact us, and this contact us here, you're gonna get all the information. You can contact us on our support desk, and I can actually show you guys, if you just hold on one moment.
And our help desk is filled with
people.
Yeah, they're filled with representatives that are handsome and very intelligent, that very good-looking guys in there. I'm talking
and
about,
Roger will be joining that soon too.
I'm in there helping you on the help desk all the time too. So, yeah, just nonstop support. And look at the model, guys. How do we succeed on our end? How did Hitesh and Kevin and I succeed? If you stay engaged and keep building and keep growing and keep making money. And how do we make sure that happens? We support you. And if we don't support you, just leave, and that's not what we're in this for. We want to hear from people a year from now and talk about how they're retired and things like that. And we're seeing that already with amazing stories. We had a gentleman named Trent, and Trent's in South Carolina, and he's an entertainer, and he's been doing it for 18 years. Makes a great income. I'm not going to tell you a bunch of stories about people that live in a trash dump or something. Makes a great income, but he's burned out. He has kids, and he wants to be home, and he works 6 days a week. Okay, and now the Christmas show is going on. He's working even harder. But he set a goal, and he's about 80% to his goal, and he set that goal to replace his current income by next March, and 60 days later, he's 80% there. Another couple, Kenny and Alessandro out of Texas, they set a goal of $4,000 a month, and they've doubled that in like their second month or something like that. And that's some of the affiliate side. On the eBay side, if you do tune into the Facebook group, or just check my wall or something, it's just story after story, like a 15-year-old gentleman. I mentioned this because somebody's asking about age restrictions. 15-year-old gentleman named Charlie, who's down in Florida, and his mom's actually signed up with eBay because you have to be 18, but you have a parent that watches over that. And he made about $6,000 last I knew for college, wants to create a 6-figure income, and is doing extremely well, so well that I took some time and got to speak to his classroom, young entrepreneurs, one early afternoon on Skype. I actually did a webinar for him. We're going to do Skype at the school, wouldn't allow it, had a block on Skype. And just really the next wave, these are the hope of the economy and everything else. And it was just amazing to do so. So every age group making money. Everywhere, all over the U.S., Canada. We have incredible teams in the U.K., Australia, Singapore, Italy. I know I'm missing some, just everywhere growing this.
In a sense, we have, like I said earlier, we have 80% plus people make profits in their first 30 days. So you can imagine that the number of people succeeding with is pretty wide. Okay, and that's in their first 30 days, by the way. So And I mean, it's just kind of insane when I really think about it, because this is completely the opposite of what everybody else sees in the marketplace. But I really want to show you guys this very quickly as well, because I want you to understand that we are very much about helping you guys. These are our stats. Okay, this is live. Okay, this is not a screenshot actually. This is showing you the total number of tickets. Okay, that's how many people have asked questions. We have had 5,466 questions asked since August 25, and as you can see, only 126 are open, which is basically questions that came in the last 24 hours or so. There are some that are a little older than that if they're a very complex thing, but as you can see, we are very hands-on about resolving them as much as we can. Okay, so we are very much about that. We have this, and then we have the support Facebook groups that you guys can come in here. We post new updates in here. We post new information in here. People are helping each other out in here, and so on and so forth, and it's awesome. So you guys don't have, I mean, you guys have basically a massive support group built in to DS Domination through that as well. Plus, on top of that, you have live weekly calls. I mean, you know, this is not something like amorphous where we are isolated from you. You guys have questions. We are there on a call weekly with you guys, so you guys can ask any of the questions you want. Okay. Now, so Nikki had an interesting observation. I don't know if this is interesting or, well, okay, it's interesting because Nikki said, okay, so does that mean that 15% of the people don't make a profit? And I want to answer this very clearly, Nikki. First of all, those stats are from the first 30 days. So there are people who might make a profit in the next, 15 days or so. There are people who get in here and literally don't do anything. I know for a fact there are people in here who have not even logged into their account since the day they signed up. That happens. There are people like that. And we cannot take responsibility for other people's actions. But we have given you guys, and like I said before, think about this very logically. We have given you guys the entire blueprint right in front of you. We have nothing to hide about this. But everywhere else, you have a 98% failure rate, and we are as clear as we can be that it's impossible to ever create something where every single person will see success. It's just not going to happen, because you also have to remember there's personal responsibility. If people refuse to list on eBay or people refuse to follow instructions, then there's nothing you can do about it. But all things said and done, I really was kind of surprised because I was like, she's focusing on the 15% instead of the 85%. That has never happened in the history of this stuff. Okay, it's never happened that 85% people, I mean, 10% has never happened. Most of the time, it's like a great victory for a company if they get 3% of the people to be making money. So all I'm saying is, basically you have the choice, okay? All you have to do is just choose to get into the 85%, and that's very easy to do if you just follow the instructions.
Well, okay. Tash, when I was making calls today, I mentioned at the top of this webinar that I was just calling around to random members just to see how they were doing, and 9 out of 10 of them, awesome, love it, making money. And then I did reach this one gentleman up in Western Canada that said, well, I'll tell you, Roger, I joined just about everything. I joined a month ago, and I haven't even logged in, and I'm waiting for my buddy to show me what it's all about, and I appreciate you calling. That's your 15% right there.
Yeah. Okay, can I answer a couple of things really quick as well? So William, for example, has the question, okay, so once I'm done with Pro, how do I go to Elite? You guys see this? It's very intuitive. When you log in, you're going to see that you have all of these statuses up here. It's going to say status active or inactive. Obviously, in this account, you see everything is active, but if it's inactive, it's going to be in red, and it's going to say click here to activate. So when you're ready to move to Elite, you're just going to click on inactive here, and it's going to take you to the page that'll explain what Elite is about, and you can activate Elite status there. Okay, so for example, William is more advanced and he wants to go right to Elite, you can do that. Same thing with affiliate, you can activate that in here. Okay, somebody mentioned that they had heard that we do lead generation for you guys as well. Okay, we usually try to avoid like even talking about this, but, and actually while I was about to explain this, Leon just said again, what happens in Market Extreme? Okay, so here's what Market Extreme is. Market Extreme is basically where we went out and we said, okay, this is awesome. You have all of the stuff that you're doing with eBay, but now what about the affiliates? If you're an affiliate, remember this thing right at the beginning where I said, look at all of these things that are so complex for people to do? So what we said, we want to do the exact same thing in the affiliate side of things as well. So we went out and we already had the product and the offer for you guys. We created the sales pages. We did the squeeze pages. We did the follow-up. And then we said, we'll even drive the traffic for you guys, okay? So let's say that you're somebody who's like, I don't speak English. I don't understand anything about affiliate marketing, but I know I want to promote this. What do? Here's what you do. You go get Market Extreme. Okay, that's a one-time cost, Market Extreme. You get that, and you go in here and you go to Get Leads. And you just will say, oh, I want to build a list, or if you don't want to build a list, that's fine too, but you say, I want to build a list in Aweber or GetResponse. Here is my Aweber list name, and I want to get 1,000 leads or 2,000 leads or whatever. And it's going to automatically assign a price to that. You'll be able to use your approved balance for that, or you can pay for that if you want from your profits from doing eBay selling. And you'll just click on Create Domination Lead Order, and that's it. And then we will go out. We will drive the traffic to a squeeze page where people will opt in. They'll get added to your list. We will follow up with them. We will bring them on a webinar. We will close the sale, and you guys will get the commission. So it's basically, quite honestly, we could do a whole separate webinar just about Market Extreme and sell that, because, again, that's something that doesn't exist out there right now. Okay, nobody really knows about how this works and how awesome this is, because we've always just emphasized, hey, focus on making your first money and get going from there. Okay. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about quickly, so you guys know what it is. You don't have to worry about it right now. If you're like, I want to understand this more, get on the Affiliate Live training webinar. We will talk about it then, and we'll go from there. But like I said, we actually have so many like groundbreaking things in here that we don't even, I mean, we honestly couldn't cover them all in a single webinar. We haven't talked about Monopoly. We haven't gone into all the details of Unleashed. In fact, we haven't even showed you all of the pro software alone. I mean, we have a daily sales tracking system in here. We have a titling system in here for you guys. So if you want to figure out how to build better titles for your listing so you get even more sales on eBay or wherever else you're listing, you can go in here to, I'm actually going to just do it quickly with the crossbow. Okay, so here are some crossbows, right? Let's say I want to sell one of these crossbows, and now I want to out-title my competition, which is one of the things you're going to hear from Roger a lot in the training. What we're doing is we're going to out-title other people. So more of the customers on eBay are going to see our listing, and they're going to purchase from us instead of others. So to do that out-titling, we're actually going to just go ahead and we're going to use this title builder, okay? And the way the title builder works is pretty straightforward. I'm selling a crossbow, right? I'm listing a crossbow on eBay. I'm just going to put crossbow there. I'm going to click go, and I'm going to give it about 15 seconds. Now it's going to tell me, hey, this is a product that should go, this is the suggested category, but here are some other categories that you could also sell this in. And here are different keywords that you could use in the title, which, and there's training on this, as you can see up here, so you'll understand it better. But you can use these keywords in the title so that you will get more sales than others. And then we also show you what are currently the best rated eBay listings that are out there. So you can actually go and you can check out these other listings from people on eBay, and you can basically copy their price points. You can see what's selling, what's not selling, and you can just use that for yourself. Okay, that's basically the title builder, and this is a part of the Pro system. So if you go to Pro, when you finish your training, when you finish all the training in Pro, you will automatically see the title builder, the daily sales tracker, the eBay module, and the image scrambler, and all that good stuff. Roger, do you think we should talk about the images as well, or is that not needed?
No, we'll be okay. These guys haven't. What I wanted to address, though, is we're getting some questions about Monopoly, and people that are on the webinar, you don't know that we're getting questions about Monopoly. We could say, we're getting all these questions about Monopoly, so we're going to show it to you. I'm going to try not to sell Monopoly right now, but at the same time, I have this obligation to answer questions here in chat, so I'm kind of stuck. So what I'm going to do is after we answer all the questions or we wrap up this webinar, if people want to stay on, we're going to say, hey, we're done. But if you want to stay on, I will go over Monopoly, but to not sell it to you and try to get you to not get it, I will tell you right now it's a one-time fee of $499. So when we get to that, you can just hop off, and if that's not your thing, you can just hop off and cool. I don't want to try and present it and sell someone here that wasn't planned to spend more than $20 or $100 on a call tonight, and then I show how exciting it is, which it is very exciting, and then you spend more money than you should tonight, or it will put pressure on your life. So at the end of this, we're normally going to end the webinar. I will come out, and I'll come out right now and show you guys. But let me bring this up really quick. So what we're going to do again is this is a $499 product. So you guys should have all your questions answered. You should know if you're doing pro. You should have the sign-up link if you're doing elite, how to reach us, all the support, everything we offer. I see the reason I'm still talking is I still see hundreds of people on here, and I don't want to sell hundreds of Monopoly subscriptions. That wasn't the goal. So I'm going to show you something right now that costs $500. If that's not in your wheelhouse, then just hop off and awesome welcome aboard to DS Domination, and you'll make the money. It will be in your wheelhouse. And it's not something that's going away. You don't have to buy it tonight. You can buy it next week. You can buy it the week after. It'll still be very viable. No reason to buy it. It's $500. Everybody should be hopping off this call, but they don't seem to be. So anyway, here we go. This wasn't my goal, so I'm going to go over to Amazon.com. Now, what did we show you so far? We showed you how to use Amazon as your supplier to sell on eBay. And then we showed you how to use multiple other suppliers and sell on eBay. And that's the elite. And then we showed you how to use even more suppliers and little tips and tricks to sell even more, to make even more on eBay, and to make even more doing the same thing. And that's Unleashed. Well, I'll tell you something about eBay. eBay has what? They have buyers and they have sellers. It's a marketplace. They call it a marketplace. Come on over to the marketplace. Hey, you want some watermelons? Sure. Hey, you want to buy some oranges? Yeah, I do. You want to sell some of this? You want to buy? It's a marketplace, okay? A lot of buyers, a lot of sellers. Amazon is almost exclusively all buyers. When people arrive here, they're here to buy. If I asked anybody that's not in DS Domination if they're selling on Amazon, it will be a resounding 100% no on this call, because no one thinks to sell on Amazon. It's seemingly difficult to sell on Amazon, but it's the biggest cash cow on the planet if you know how to do it. It's not difficult to do. It's just as easy as eBay in a lot of regards. There's no coding, backlinking, lead sources, driving traffic, anything silly like that. You just have to know how to do it. We call it monopoly because you're almost monopolizing the sales force because there's such few people selling on Amazon. But there's a reason that Amazon stock is $600, $700, $800, $900 and eBay's like $50, $60, $70 because of the revenue, because of the traffic that they have and everything else. So what if there was 1 billion sellers on eBay and you're one of them, and what if there was 1,000 sellers on Amazon and you're one of them? Those numbers are off. There's a lot more than 1,000 sellers on Amazon. There's a lot, I don't know if there's a lot or less billion sellers on eBay. I don't know the eBay numbers, but I can tell you the point of all this is, and I'm blabbering right now, is that a lot more traffic, a lot higher quality traffic on Amazon, and next to no competition, so we call it monopoly. What I'm going to teach you on here are some examples like this. Let's say with Christmas coming up, you have some kids or nephews and stuff like that, and you're like, you know what, little Lisa's 5, 6 years old, she's doing awesome in school, her teeth are growing in. I know all this stuff because my daughter just turned 6, okay, and she won the Artist of the Week award for drawing a stick figure. Okay, cool. So you want to get your kids the swing set, and you're like, you know, this is the big Christmas present. This is it, right? I'm going to get a swing set. They've been asking about everything else. And you want one of those wooden ones, right? When I was a kid, my next door neighbor, Eddie Fisher, had one of those metal ones. It was all a rust bucket and everything else, just a place to get tetanus. So you want a wooden one. So let's pretend you're on Amazon right now and you want a wooden swing set. So you type in swing sets. Well, here's your choice. It's $167, and that's a kit. It comes with the brackets, and you buy the wood. I don't know who wants to go out and buy a bunch of wood, and if you got a sawmill, cool, buy that. But you're looking for a ready-made wooden swing set. So you come down here, again, it's just the hardware. That's that rusty metal one. I don't want that. Here's a rusty metal. Oh, there's what I'm looking for. Okay, bingo. Let me get this. It says to click to see the price. Okay, so you click to see the price, and it says add it to your cart to see the price. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. $2,500 and $582 shipping, $3,000. Lucy can play with some sticks or a box before I'm going to spend $3,000 on a wooden swing set, okay? But what we show you is that we have suppliers and stuff like that that you're going to be working with that have the swing sets for $300, $400. Now, if you were shopping for Lucy over here for Christmas for some kids and you were coming over here, no, I want a complete one. Nope, I don't want a metal one. There's one for $3,000, $400, boom. Okay, or 600, or 700, or 800, because you're monopolizing. The customer, all they see is that a swing set costs $3,000. They desperately want to get their kids one for Christmas, and there you are, willing to accommodate. Hey, I got you covered. I'm $700. Well, that's about what I wanted to pay, and you make $200, $300 in that sale. That's the Amazon monopoly, and that's monopolizing Amazon and being one of the few sellers on Amazon. That's the $4.99 product you guys are asking about. If you're ready, go get it. But I will caution you this. Before you get it, I would strongly suggest going through the pro training so you understand a lot of semantics. And again, I'm trying to unsell you, because if you're new here and you're used to making money quick and you want to make it fast and you want to spend $500 to make the money quick, I'm still telling you to slow down and get the pro first to understand all the semantics of eBay and drop shipping before you get this. Back to you, Hitesh.
Well, how do you really unsell monopoly? I don't really understand. That's why
I'm trying.
Again.
Well, I was going to let everybody leave the call, then you threw me the screen. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, it's all about the fact is this is also logical, right? So there is no way to unsell stuff because it is so logical. You can start. Unselling happens when you're used to selling with hype or you're using or psychological tricks. At that time, you can be like, yeah, let's not use these things. But, in this case, all we're talking about is basically very logical stuff. But really, like Roger said, it's so very important you guys first understand the idea of drop shipping. You guys understand what these platforms are about. If you've never bought and sold on Amazon before, well, not sold, but never bought on Amazon before, you guys really should take the time to first go through the training in Pro, understand Pro, attend a live webinar, understand everything about it, and go from there. And then I'm just going to say one more thing. If you do decide to get Monopoly, if you are an Elite member, first go and watch the Elite live training, and that might help you out a bit. And I'm just going to leave it at that because there's like a secret help there for you guys if you're considering Monopoly. But that's about that.
I'm seeing. Okay. I saw the word holiday in here, and this will maybe sound like the only sales pitch tonight. You're looking at a business opportunity and they're saying, it's the best time to get involved. Well, just like everything's factual, Christmas is a-coming, and what a great time to get up and get your eBay account established. We just did a Christmas webinar, Hitesh. Well, I can't show it to you right now, but it's recorded in the back office under the live training. It shows you exactly the strategies I used every Christmas and just went berserko to the point of making so much money that the last Christmas I did for eBay, I took it off because it almost seems like work. Not, it's hard. There's a ton of money to be made. It's just it wasn't perfectly fun. It was like, I got to fulfill 46 orders today. It was great money. It was a great holiday. It was a great Christmas. But obviously now, I mean, this is just a fact. Christmas is obviously coming up. So.
Okay. Like Roger said, you can find this right here in live training, okay, for Elite, the Xmas webinar, the Christmas webinar that we did. I'm going to answer just a couple of questions quick because we are coming up on the 2-hour mark, and this is supposed to be a 1-hour long webinar. But this always happens with it. We don't even count on it being a 1-hour webinar anymore. Okay, how long do you predict this market will last after everyone finds out? Will this market to sell on eBay and Amazon phase away? First of all, define everyone finding out. Okay, that right there, you will open a can of worms. How do you define everybody finding out about it? But let me put it this way: there are currently so many sellers on eBay that if we were to send an extra 10,000 people to eBay tomorrow to start selling, it would be a blip in their system, and it would not even matter. Okay, and here's why it would not matter. What we are doing is what humanity has done since the very beginning, and you cannot stop it no matter the form of government or whatever it is. What we are indulging in is basically trade. Okay, There are people who are going on eBay, they're looking to purchase something, they come across your listing, they like what they see, they're willing to pay the price for that, so they're going to spend that money. You know how to acquire it for cheaper, so you're going to get it for them. What do you think Amazon does? Amazon finds products for cheaper. We actually just talked about you could sell on Amazon. You're going to find a product for cheaper somewhere else, and the company you're going to get it from has found a way to get it cheaper, who has found a way to get it cheaper, and so on and so forth. And at some point, there'll be enough people selling that same item, there'll be enough competition that that item will not be profitable anymore. And at that time, there'll be another product that you can sell, or a different product system that you can sell, or a different place that you can sell it on. The fact is, this is all in flux. This is not like a static. This is not like there are 20,000 products and you're all going to sell them, and once you run out of the 20,000 products, it's done. This is always changing. Every single day, new products come out, old products get phased out, and this is going to keep happening all over the world at every single second of every single day. All you're doing is you're now getting inserted into that huge, massive e-commerce transaction that's occurring, and you're now basically one more person who's now benefiting from that transaction. That's it. Okay, so I hope that you understand what I'm getting at here. On somewhat of a philosophical scale, or on an economic scale, when I'm trying to explain this, it's that the whole concept of saturation in this type of an industry doesn't exist. Now, of course, if we were selling you some magical software to rank magically on Google for any keyword you want, because there's a loophole that we discovered, that will get saturated, that will get shut down, because guess what? Once enough of that starts happening, Google has to shut it down. But in our case, why would Amazon ever oppose this? They don't have a reason to. It's selling more product for them. They're selling something they would not have sold before. It benefits them. The customer is buying something they like for the price they like. It's benefiting them. eBay gets to make a sale and they earn their fees from that. It's benefiting them. You as the seller get to sell something, it's benefiting you. And the manufacturer got to move a product that they had manufactured and made money on that, which benefits them. Nobody has to lose in trade. In proper free trade, nobody loses, because people make voluntary decisions. I'm going to get off my little philosophical free market thing, and then let's return back to
my boy's wicked smart. Goodwill Hunting.